It is truly wonderful to be able to say that over the past 2 decades, Ireland has become an increasingly diverse community. Ireland has welcomed people from many different countries and cultures, and as a nation, we have benefited enormously from the contribution they have made to our society.
Well, I'm absolutely thrilled to be here and finally become a citizen. This is truly my home now.
I'm in the civil service, so I would love to be able to, represent Ireland abroad even more. So now that I have Irish citizenship, I can do that. And I'm just so excited to give my all to Ireland.
I can't tell you what I feel, exactly. So good. And I love to say to all Ireland, thank you very much.
Today I'm very happy to be
Irish citizens.
So I love this country.
We see the same narrative being put forward by the elites in our society, generally speaking against the will of a majority of the population. We were never asked about this, we were never consulted, and in fact at every election we choose to vote against it, but still they choose not to listen and to call us names such as racist, xenophobe, Nazi, all of the names that tend to get thrown around. But in particular, what I've just highlighted there, I think that displays the sickness at the heart of our society, this type of empathy. You saw it in the audience there, the lady crying with happiness, people dancing round at the thought of diverse populations. And there are a lot of people that do subscribe to it. And then, of course, we reach the very, very curious case of Spain.
Pedirles a las personas migrantes y racializadas que por favor no nos dejen solas con tanto facha. Y claro que sí queremos que voten, claro que sí, hemos conseguido papeles, regularización ya, y ahora vamos a por la nacionalidad o a cambiar la ley para que puedan votar, por supuesto. Ojalá, teoría del reemplazo, ojalá podamos barrer de fachas y de racistas este país con gente migrante, con gente trabajadora. Claro que yo quiero que haya reemplazo de fachas, reemplazo de racistas, reemplazo de vividores, y que lo podamos hacer con la gente trabajadora de este país, tenga el color de la piel que tenga, sea china, negra, marrona, con todas compañeras las gentes trabajadoras de este país.
So, what would happen if this young lady gets her way? Well, if you're looking to remove the right-wing people from your society, you can kiss goodbye to your economy at the same time, because the right-wingers make all of the decent wedge in any society, and that's always been the case. It's always been the case that conservatives in this country, and your Republican in America as an example, they are very, very focused on enterprise, and the people on the left are focused on the public sector. So by and large, the people on the left take and the people on the right give. And of course everyone pays taxes on their wages, and I'm not here to minimise a public sector worker by any stretch of the imagination. That's not what I'm doing, but I'm merely pointing out that the money paid to fund society generally comes from entrepreneurs, and as a general rule, not all the time, but generally speaking, they are of a right-wing persuasion and tend to vote in that way. And so what you're saying there is this lady's in essence telling you that if you disagree with her policies, you're from the far right. And what that means is that she'd far prefer to be replacing you in your country with these people.
सुपने पूरे करने आड़ी फड़ के आगे जहाज दी बारी होड़ जवानी देश बेगाना बड़े जिगरे मत कवारी जिद्दा दे विच बदल देने जेड़े अज बलंडर ने.
Spain has announced it will grant legal residency to 500,000 undocumented migrants, and the impact could be seen immediately. In Barcelona, hundreds lined up outside the Pakistani consulate, hoping to secure the paperwork needed to apply.
There will be a lot of difference, like I can travel to my home country and meet my parents and work here legally, so I can pay my tax, and further I can apply for my permanent residency.
The measure will apply to foreign nationals who have been in Spain for at least 5 months before December 31st, 2025. Applicants will also need to prove they don't have a criminal record. If granted, they'll receive a 1-year residence permit with the possibility of extension. The process is expected to be open from April to the end of June. It's the largest regularisation drive Europe has seen in years, and it goes against the trend of many European countries taking harsher measures against irregular migration. Spain's Prime Minister has repeatedly argued that migration is essential for the country's economic performance. He said it accounted for about 80% of growth over the past 6 years and some 10% of social security revenues. The Spanish left-wing government brought in the plan by royal decree, allowing it to bypass parliament. Opposition parties have criticized the policy. The far-right Vox party said it would take legal action against it.
And it's an incredible act to watch a society inflict that on itself. And why do they do it? Well, as you saw with the lady there, it's an ideology. It is a socialist ideology, wanting to tear everything down, believing that if you flood the country with migration, and that's all out in the open now, that you will eventually replace right-wingers in your country with migrants. But of course the problem with that is that with the people leaving, they take their money, they take their wealth, they take their sense of propriety with them, you know, how they contribute in every small way with their society, and you're left with a bunch of foreign people with completely different sensitivities to you. And at that point, the left will have to live with the system that they've created if they win out. My hope is that they don't, and my plea to you and to anybody else would be to get involved in some way, whether that be joining a political party, whether it be going on social media and having your say, whether it be starting a YouTube channel or going on Meta or helping out your local community. It doesn't really matter. My plea to you would be to get involved in some way, because we are in a fight for our country here. There's no doubt about that. And if these people win out and, we say, oh, they're not going to do it in the end, well, there's enough people gathering. You see people gathering around the Greens, and their party is full of lunatics, lunatic policies, legalise hard drugs, open borders, abolish landlords. I mean, you can read through that. Absolutely crazy policies, but people are subscribing to it because they're desperate. And if enough people win this argument for the left, then they're going to destroy the country as we know it. And what happens after that, who knows? But I would imagine at that stage, if you are going to look around your country and see that it's gone, if it's not the same country anymore, if the English population in the United Kingdom, for instance, goes down to 40%, then the game's over. And at that point, we are going to see an exodus of people leaving the country, mainly because this won't be England anymore. And, we'll have had a good run, and we'll have had some good history, kings and queens for millennia, Magna Carta, mother of all parliaments, the country that ended slavery and done a lot of good and some bad in the world, yeah. But what a country we'll have had. But if these people get their way, it is over. It is over. So my plea to you would be to get involved before it's too late. Thanks for your time.